Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons and Dragons advice video on non-player characters. Um, this could be pretty much any tabletop role-playing game. But for those of you who don't know, I'm doing this one for advanced Dungeons and Dragons because that's my primary thing here. For those of you who don't know, an NPC is a non-player character. This is any being in your game. If you're the Dungeon Master, this is any being in the game which the Dungeon Master runs. Anybody not run by a player is a non-player character. These can be peasants, shop owners, city guardsmen, anything. Technically, even monsters and villains are NPCs. Many Dungeon Masters saddle their players with an annoying NPC, like a goody-two-shoes paladin, or a know-it-all wizard, or a pious and righteous cleric. Sometimes this can be a fun and interesting diversion, well, at least for the Dungeon Master. Most players will hate it, and that's what the DM likes. Anything to get them thinking about, shifting their focus away from you want the players to enjoy the game and you want them to focus on the game, but part of the Dungeon Master's job is distractions. And NPCs are a great way to do that. The Dungeon Master must understand how NPCs are used in the game. Villains and monsters are easy. They try to kill the player characters. They plot against them. Some of them are Machiavellian, some of them are thugs, but they're villains. Okay, monsters and villains are easy. Civilians, like peasants and shop owners and farmers, etc., are there for window dressing and to provide info for the party as well as sell them goods and services. A farmer may let them stay in the barn overnight for a warm, dry place. That kind of thing. They are a mainstay of any world and must be both plentiful and useful. It's even better when they are fleshed out and entertaining. That's part of the roleplay experience. Then there are the NPCs that accompany the player characters on their journey. These NPCs are the hard ones. They are a balancing act. They must be useful to the group without stealing the show. One of my favorite ways to use the latter of these three NPCs is to find out what the players are running and work up an NPC to fill any gaps in their skill sets. Barring that, every group can use an extra healer or a fighter type. If you want to be extra annoying, make the healer a righteous, better than thou, pious pain in the ass. Or make the fighter a righteous, better than thou paladin. With a little imagination, even druids, fighters, and rangers can be annoying as hell. The one thing you cannot ever do is to make any non-player character the star of the show. It's the player's show, and their player characters are supposed to be the stars. Never forget that. I've talked about this in other videos. Go check them out. At any rate, when such a non-player character has outlived their usefulness or has been thrust into the spotlight, it is really, if you find out that the players are relying on the NPCs too much, it is easy to eliminate the NPCs. I recently started an Outlaw Trails game in our gaming group, and I introduced 2 NPCs to acclimate the players to the new setting because nobody had ever played this game before. None of them had ever played in the Old West. One of the NPCs was eliminated right away during the first mission, and I did that to prove to the group how dangerous the game is. One shot to the head and the guy died. The other was riding point during their third encounter on their second mission. And I realized that they no longer needed him. They were doing pretty well on their own. They had a grasp of everything. He failed a perception check, and the first Americans, made him a pincushion for their arrows. This guy fell from the saddle dead. They had no chance to save him, which happens a lot. And then they ended up having to fight the battle without him, and blah, 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 blah. The Native Americans are really good at ambushing people. Asymmetrical warfare is their specialty. So at any rate, that is how I got rid of that NPC. So now the group is on their own. They have to take care of everything on their own. and it is absolutely wonderful. And they're doing a good job. I got rid of the NPCs because they didn't need them anymore, you know. Plus, the NPCs had some gear and money that they could use, and blah 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 blah. So it worked out pretty good. So anyway, yeah, that's non-player characters. You have to be careful how you use them, but they can be quite entertaining. If you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the tabletop role-playing game, Outlaw Trails. I'm currently working on some revisions for that one because when I worked it up, I found out that I left some stuff out, so I have to fix it. But yeah, it should be up in a few weeks. But it's there now if you want to get it, and I'll post a video of the revisions that I do, so you know you can make the revisions in your book. I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one, and I do hope you're enjoying these advice videos. Be safe now. God bless one and all.